Oh, what?
We are up and running.
Oh, you're lucky you added the running part.
I did.
You thought about it, Rogan. You're like, we are up. Oh, shit. And running.
And running.
All right, let me refresh this. Happy Friday, everybody. Boom. Dude, that comes up quick. Okay, so that was already on mute. I like that. Like almost zero delay. Okay, look at all these private messages I get from people.
Share, share, share. Please share.
Almost zero delay. And that's me. That is me. Thank you very much. Oh, Megan, what's happening? Happy Friday, Curtis and Rayleigh. I don't know which one I'm talking to, so I'm just saying both of you just to be on the safe side. I ain't judging you guys. All right. Let me get things shared out here. I got a text message from Phillips and Mr. Bauer.
Guys, the reason we get on here early is because at least one of the platforms that we're broadcast on needs a little time to set stuff up. So we get on early before the show. So you get to hang out with us, get some behind the scenes. Happy Friday, Megan. Hey, Mary. What up, Mama? All right.
Who's Mama?
Dixie.
Oh, well, you know, it's
Mom. What did she call herself the other night? Mama D.
Mama D in the house.
Oh, man. Let's see. We have just over 2 minutes. Oh, we got a great What the Hell Is That segment tonight.
I'm not allowed to know what it is.
Tell your friends. They're not going to want to miss this.
Is it? It's what the hell is that?
What the hell is that?
Not what the hell was that?
Correct. What the
Because
hell?
we didn't see it yet, so we can't say it was
What
that.
the hell is that? Yeah,
We're leading into it.
Yeah.
This is deep.
that's right.
Listen to Ron. Oh, I want to go home and watch some Truck Wars tonight.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Jamie.
Mr. Becker, what's going on? What was that?
Oh, but I don't know why. Oh, no, not that.
What?
Matthew 25 Ministries is one of the few charities I'll actually endorse because
Hey, Siri.
No. No, stop. Damn it. We got time for all that.
I'm ready for Freaky Friday. Hey, Siri. Truck Wars. That, yeah, it is. Wait, no. Trek Wars. Trek Wars, Mr. Livingston. Dude, I may have questions for Siri during the show tonight.
I don't want you to ask him. There we go. All right.
He says, I don't want you to ask him, bro.
Oh, good, Jamie. I'm glad your son loved it. He got his tumblers.
Yes,
She got
he
her
did.
Tumblers. Good.
Monster truck. You know,
You tell him if
I'm
he shows
about
it to
that,
all his
Skip.
160th mates out there, you tell them where they can get them.
Skip the Zip. I'm thinking that name.
All right,
Skip
guys.
the Zip.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
What's
to show
up, Steven? Let me go jump over here really quick to YouTube. What's up, Pure Love Ascension? Off Track Syndicate in the house.
Lep. Evening, boys. All right, here we go. 20 seconds, folks. 20
Prepare
seconds.
yourself for the Friday night show of Abnormal.
Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocky Stucci.
What society deems as abnormal may be more normal than you think. Mr. Big Sexy Phillips.
What's up?
What's up, bro?
It's Freaky Friday tonight.
Freaky Friday.
Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a good show. Tell all your friends. Share the show. Yeah, we got a few things we're going to talk about tonight. So we're going to discuss...
You have the evil eye when I showed up tonight.
I did. It was funny as hell.
See, you get to know people, right?
He had no idea what I was going to be doing for the show tonight. Mm-hmm. So, of course, it's Freaky Friday. As I put in the description, we have no idea what that means, but sometimes in the future we'll know what that
It
means.
just comes
Freaking Friday.
together. You
It
know?
just comes together.
Like that. song.
We're going to discuss the McGurk Effect tonight.
Okay.
As it relates to EVPs and stuff like that. But I have a few examples that I want to show everybody. So we'll get to that here in a few minutes. Wow. Micro Rocci is in the house tonight. This is greatness.
What? This dude?
Yep, Micro Rocci. That's almost there. All right. And then did the aliens build a base in Antarctica?
Oh, and I know they did. I got a cousin named Vinny, and he knows people.
Vinny knows people.
Yep.
Pretty sure Vinny doesn't have a clue
It's
about
happening.
Antarctica.
Dude, they are among us. I was watching the movie Science today.
That movie scared the shit.
Dude, I took a little nap today. I took a little nap. Give me some on that.
Yeah.
It felt great.
That was Mel Gibson.
It was Mel Gibson, and I just happened to watch the part, and it's weird because we talk about this now, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about it every day, so you're more conscious of certain things around you, and you kind of think differently about certain things around you. And I'm watching the scene where it was in some school in Mexico or a birthday party. Remember that?
Yeah.
And the kids were looking outside, and then all of a sudden, across the sidewalk, that alien walked by. And I'm like, you know, when I first saw this, that was just a movie. And then when I saw it, I looked over at Lisa, I'm like, that could like literally be a real thing soon. And I would shit my pants if I saw a 6'5" alien.
Would you though?
No, I'll take him, dude. I'll be like,
No,
what do
you
want,
wouldn't,
bro.
You wouldn't. I mean, everybody today would be like, "Oh, wow, look, there's a 6'5" alien."
Do you
right?
think so?
I don't know, dude. I mean, we've talked about this before. If an alien spaceship landed on the White House lawn, everybody'd be like, "Oh, well, I knew it." So
I don't know, man.
We're just
Okay.
They're
Really dumb analogy, but I keep saying I got another year of football left in me because my mind tells me so. But the second I get on that
promise
field,
you, your body doesn't agree with you.
just like when we say that if we saw that, we would be somewhat nonchalant about it. We'd be like, oh, okay, we'd take it a little bit, and we probably would. But I still think, dude,
No,
I
a
would
whole lot of-
probably poop a little bit if I saw that.
Oh, probably a little bit of pee come out.
Just a little.
But I'm telling you, a lot of tumblers would click into place, literally, right?
Yes.
At that very moment, a lot of tumblers would click into place, and I'm pretty sure in the back of my mind, I'd go, I knew Bigfoot was real.
Dude,
That's what would happen.
Okay, here's my question to you. Serious question. I know I sidetracked you. We had a direction, and
No, we
sidetracked.
don't. No, we don't have a direction tonight.
How do you think the world would change if we had to learn to integrate, like consciously? You know, I mean, we say they live among us now.
Yeah.
But if we had a different species, like a Star Trek thing, right? How do you think society would change? You think governments would stay the same? You think countries would stay the same? Or would we become one planet?
I don't know, because right now, the way things are right now in this world, I'd be afraid that it would wind up. I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be good. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
So
They
then
would
there would
be-
be intertelestial relationships.
I'm telestial.
I don't know. It just came out of my mouth the way it came out. It felt really right.
Interterrestrial relationships,
What do
or
we call an alien?
extraterrestrial?
Yeah, you know, where like humans would be like
Yeah.
hooking up with aliens.
Yeah. What would that being be called?
A alien.
At some point, I think he's doing the doobies before he gets here.
What?
so
The doobies? Dude, that's 80s.
Oh, okay. What do you
It's
do
the
now?
big double D blunts.
No, it's probably edibles.
That too.
Okay, I know for a fact that he doesn't act any different when he's eating stuff versus the way he normally is.
I'm honored that you say that.
Yeah, you're Rocky.
So you don't think the world would change that much?
No, I do. I think they would be outcast, honestly,
Or we would be.
or we would be. It
They
depends.
would be the
It
superior
depends.
being. They have better
Nah,
technology. than
absolutely,
we do.
it depends on.
They have
how
way
many
better
of them
guns,
come-
dude.
yeah,
I
I'm
would
sure
want
they
one
do.
of their guns for
Yeah,
sure.
I would want one of their spaceships.
Oh, I know you would. You'd be checking out the technology, see if it has autopilot, automatic high beams.
Yep. Come on, dude. If there's a computer in my Tic Tac, I'm driving it.
All right, so Skip the Zip. Thank you for being here. First time I ever seen that name, so welcome to the program.
Skip the zip.
I said full disclosure would be chaotic in the short term, very healing in the long term. The human race would ascend to a new level of consciousness and awareness. That is deep.
That is deep, but he's probably absolutely correct.
I think so.
Yeah, absolutely correct. I
Skip,
think it would be
damn
would
it.
be chaotic. People wouldn't know what to do. People would lose their mind. It would be like those movies where people are oh my God, death is coming. We're gonna fall off the face of the earth. The flat Earth. And people would just lose their crap.
Jeff Stewart's in the chat room.
Jeff is?
Jeff's in the chat room.
Jeff.
Dude, I figure we might as well get that opportunity.
Let's do it. Jeff Stewart. Jeff Crypto Hulk Stewart.
What?
Yep, Crypto Hulk. Now, I'm not even joking, dude. This guy's been a Bigfoot hunter for years.
A crypto Hulk?
He's a cryptozoologist, Crypto Hulk.
But a Hulk?
Yeah.
Dude, I want
Yeah,
something
Jeff
like
Stewart's
that.
going to join us on Monday night, folks. You're not going to want to miss that show either. Jeff has actually physically put his eyes on Bigfoot twice. And he's going to tell us a story. He's been on Survivor Man with Les Stroud.
Yep.
He's been on Finding Bigfoot and various other platforms. So
Where does he live?
you're going to East Texas.
Oh, so that means we can hook up with the brother.
Yeah,
and we
'cause
can
that's
go
where
do
he
a
saw
little.
him. Yeah, he saw him in East Texas.
Give us one. Jeff, check this out. Give us one. Give us the double, triple.
I'm not doing the one.
No,
I'm
do
not
the other one. Come do this is the big one.
I need a little help. Rocky's listening for him, but if anybody in this room responds to me, it's going to be hilarious.
Dude.
Much less hilarious though than my Bigfoot calls. I can't do Bigfoot calls in here.
Dude, that was pretty good.
But yeah, we're going to have Jeff on Monday night. I can't wait for that. That's going to be great.
Yep.
Got a lot of good information he's going to pass along.
Monday night we have Jeff. Tuesday night we have Harmon.
Jeff Harmon. Yeah.
So Jeff and Jeff.
Yep,
Monday
Jeff
and
and
Tuesday.
Jeff.
And then Wednesday we have Chris George.
Who is Chris? Tell
he
me
is
about-
a psychic medium and an exorcist. And he's Italian from out east.
And
I should have started with that.
What's his name? Chris George.
Chris George.
Okay. And then Tuesday night is Jeff Harmon. Is he going to do the astrology thing?
And
for
he's
me?
doing one for a reading for you.
Okay.
He's
Sweet.
going to tell everybody how awesome we are.
I hope he tells everybody how awesome we are. He's looking at himself in the mirror.
Yep.
Guys, the McGurk Effect. Let's talk about it for a second.
Oh,
McGurk
all right,
Effect.
come
So
on.
I'm going to read this real quick.
Yep.
The McGurk Effect is a perceptual phenomenon that demonstrates an interaction between hearing and vision in speech perception. Now, this came to mind for me the other night when we were watching the videos of Rocky walking through the house with the EVP device, and he would put the words on the screen
Just
about
trying to help a dude out. man.
what you should be hearing in that EVP transmission, correct? And so I started thinking about it. If those words were not on the screen, if those words were not on the
You all
screen,
right?
sorry,
You need a hug?
it's puberty. If those words were not on the screen, would you have known what that said? I probably would not have, and several of you probably wouldn't have either. But so I started kind of digging into it, and I came up with the McGurk Effect.
Yep.
Now I've got a couple of examples that I want to show you. The first, both of them are from TikTok because hell, that's what I do when I'm sitting on the throne.
The bidet.
The bidet.
he
That's
runs, he
correct.
cycles the bidet like 3 times.
I don't
Just saying.
cycle it 3 times, dude.
Have you ever done a doubler?
I may have done a double. Sometimes you got to get extra clean, dude.
Dude, it has a hair dryer hooked up to it.
It's not a hair dryer. It's a
Butthole dryer.
I guess it is kind of a hair dryer.
What?
Okay.
Ooh,
So the
what
McGurk
the
Effect.
hell?
Let me give you an example of what the McGurk Effect is. So everybody watch your screen. You're going to need to be able to read the screen. This is going to play for about 30 seconds. It'll loop once, so you'll hear it a second time. But read the screen as you hear this. Here we go. All right, here's the second one. Tell me that you did not hear every one of those phrases that you were reading.
I'm just trying to understand what lobsters in motion mean.
That's what they were saying. Lobsters in motion. See, that's the thing, is if those words hadn't been on the screen when we did the EVP the other night, would you have known what they were saying?
So that is
Not only that, since they were on the screen, is that what you heard? That's the McGurk Effect.
I heard that isn't mercy.
See,
I'm just kidding. I stole that from Skip. Does it?
I heard lactating in a pharmacy.
Why the hell would that just pop in your damn brain?
That's what I heard every one of them.
Lactating in a pharmacy.
That's what I'm saying. All right, I got a second one to show you. But just know if you're sensitive to lights flashing, you're not going to want to watch this because that's what's happening in this guy's room. But you all might have heard this song before.
Dude, I could totally pee on a dime. I'm just saying, bro. I visualized that.
That's what I was reading that one. I will pee on a dime. I will pee
What
on
does
a
that mean psychologically, that when we're reading down the list, we stop at something while it continues? We become like peeing
Your
on
mind
a dime.
is focusing on that phrase.
I visualized, can I hit the dime? That's what I visualized at first. I was measuring it out in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
It says the visual information a person gets from seeing a person speak or reading it on the screen changes the way they hear the sound. This is phenomenal to me because when you take and listen, like you and I, when we take the EVP, the Spirit Box, and we put it into the computer and we remove the noise, we're each going to hear a sound.
Right. Okay.
Whether you hear that same sound I do, right, is perception.
Right.
But if we write down what we think it is, and I give it to you and you give me yours, and they're two different things, when I hear it, I'm going to hear what you wrote down.
Right. Okay. So
that happen. It has to happen. It has to happen in ghost. I mean, in
happens.
investigation.
Well, so if you're at an elevated level in investigating, everybody goes through phases. When you first start, everything is a ghost. Every noise you hear is a ghost. Every little piece of lint that flies by the camera is a ghost. And then as you progress and you start reading research of like physicists, and you start looking into real science and comparing pseudoscience to real science, right? Because there's nothing proven in the paranormal field. Nothing's proving at all. When you're researching and you're doing EVP evaluations, if you believe you hear something, then you get an opinion of the other person without leading their thoughts on what you think it might be. And then that person needs to listen to it. And depending on what they get, that's where you kind of decipher the direction you're going to go. And there has to be a stopping point to where you're just like, it's something, but you just cannot understand.
You can't land on what the description or the phrase actually is.
Right.
And I would guess, correct me if I'm wrong, that the majority of EVP investigations are like that. You take the sound, you hear the sound, and then you try to build the phrase out of it. Now, have you heard during your investigations in the past,
yes,
clear conversation?
100%.
Have you heard more than one or two words?
I've heard sentences.
Really?
Sentences. When I was at it was the water distillery. It was in Minnesota. I'm just trying to think of the town. It's not even important. We were downstairs in the basement. That's where I got it was a big blue light. I was live streaming, and my buddy Terry was doing the Spirit Box. I can probably pull that video. I just got to remember where it's at. And Terry was doing the Spirit Box, and I saw this, and I know the difference between a piece of dust and lint and all that other to something that's not a piece of dust or lint. And it floated towards Terry, but then it stopped, and then it went around him into the boiler room.
All right, see, that's different than a piece of dust floating by.
Because a piece of dust wouldn't change
direction like that, correct.
So I saw that in my infrared camera, and I didn't tell Terry about it. I just asked a question. I said, is there anybody over there? I said, who's over there by Terry right now? I just saw you. And a little girl's voice comes through, and she goes, Grandpa. Clear as day. It was one of those things to where you do not run into this situation. Right. I was like, okay, she just answered our question exactly right after I asked the question, right? It was just a trip. But my point is that this location had such intelligence that you could put your recorder down and you could actually pick up a conversation between the butler and Angelina. And Angelina was the butler's granddaughter. And you could actually pick them up having a conversation. I have audio of the butler asking Angelina. She calls for him, and then you hear him asking her, Angelina, what do you need? You hear that. We picked it up on recorder. We have it recorded.
Yeah, you got to bring that to the show.
I will bring it to the show. It was such a fascinating house. So You go to all these houses, and I was explaining to Ron, we go to extreme places because we want the experience. We don't want to risk it. We don't have time to risk anything. We're busy, right?
Yeah.
So when we're going to go to a location, we're going to a location that we have a way higher probability of having a paranormal experience or getting some kind of evidence or watching you get scratched or something. That's what we're looking for.
Speaking of that, I've got this image that you put out there today.
I did.
You want to talk about this too?
Well, it's a conversation to where it's another big thing in the paranormal field.
Yeah.
What is that?
Nothing. I'm about to put it up.
Oh, the whole scratch thing. I thought that the whole scratch thing was just hogwash TV, YouTube. I'm attacked by a demon. Everything is a demon. I despise that word because it's just
Now, that's
so
not
overused.
Lisa, right? That wasn't Lisa.
That wasn't Lisa. Lisa's back. So the reason I wanted to bring that up was because that is very real. And I was super pissed off when it happened to Lisa, my wife, because of the fact is I didn't believe it to be real. Right?
Right. But now you called this attachment because you brought this home, right? Is that what you think?
Well, this happened
Without clearing yourself first?
100%. And it was pissed. And there would be another time where I can actually explain what we're doing. It was a regular house, but there was a tragedy. And we were getting, I'm going to just say it was my parents' house.
Okay. There was a tragedy?
There was a tragedy where we lost a very close friend of ours. She got in a car accident. She got thrown from the vehicle and the vehicle landed on top of her.
Okay.
I started getting her EVPs at my parents' house, but they were screaming and they were in a very violent state, very distressed style state. And it bothered the shit out of me because I knew exactly who it was. But there was other energies there that were coming through. Again, I have all this recorded.
Okay.
To where this is where I ask the question, who's in charge? You know, why is it like somebody like me or Ron that are so fascinated by this subject, when it's our time to cross over, why the hell wouldn't we want to hurry up and come back and communicate as best as we can? But we seem to struggle with that. And it makes me ask the question is that, does intelligent spiritual energy communicate with us? Yes, it does. But it's limited. And there's certain times and situations that made me question, is there some kind of other energy over there that is like the boss? And there's rules, right? Like the physical human being has to be left alone. We have to evolve in our own way. We have to kind of figure, and then we go back to our spiritual journey wherever we go, right? But it just, I don't know, dude.
Well, here's my question, because when we were sitting on the back porch the other night talking about it, you mentioned that you have done a lot of training. You have had people come to you to train you before, and we'll talk about that in a second too. But also, you have helped people cross.
Which is really weird.
I want you to explain that in a second.
Yeah.
But you also know how to clear.
Yeah,
So
I just
explain-
don't practice it all. Oh, I mean, no, so myself and locations.
Yes.
What part am I explaining? That was like a 5
It was a bunch of different stuff, but I want to cover all of that over the next 40 minutes.
Okay.
So talk about clearing real quick. What does that mean?
Well, clearing is just, again, let's go back to our thoughts.
Okay.
You were talking about people seeing words on the screen.
Correct.
And then automatically in your mind,
That's what you're hearing.
that's what you're hearing. I was talking with Misty and you before the show, and we were talking about how easy the human brain, you know, in whatever realm you want to go down in this conversation, but the human brain is very easily manipulated, but yet we have this confidence that we are extremely right about everything, right? As a human species.
Some people are.
Some people. Yep. Not us. Not us
Not
at
us.
all.
We're wrong about every damn thing, but we're okay with that.
I'm cool with that. I live well with that. I'm just saying.
We're both married. That's why we're wrong about everything.
And that's why we're here together.
If something flies at me from the front, it would be somebody throwing something at me. I'm just saying. Go on with your clearing.
Oh. Forgot we were even talking about that. You took me to a whole different planet
He
of
says
reality.
Squirrel. Okay.
Squirrel. When we learn, and no matter what direction you go in your teachings, because there's all different kinds. We're talking about Bowen. You heard about his journey. I mean, that
Yes.
dude went deep.
Yeah.
I've worked with some of the biggest spiritual healers literally in the world that have traveled the world. Their belief is manifested through their work, their research, and their understanding of the world.
Yeah.
Even in religion, if people believe in that enough, that becomes a strong reality and a way of life
Right.
for them. And they live to that standard, right? It's all has to do with the power of your thought, how you choose, like Bauer was saying, to go through the nuggets of information, throw some irrelevant stuff in the right compartments and the relevant stuff into the correct compartments, and then you actually start to build your own reality, your own world, your own perception of things, and then you start seeing the world differently. But you got to, they call it the awakening, right?
Okay.
The great spiritual awakening. A lot of times what you got to do if you're older, you got to unindoctrinate everything you know in life. Unindoctrinate yourself from everything.
That's tough to do for some people.
Oh, dude, people will not. They will go their whole life.
People, number one, people don't like change. But number two, to unlearn something is very, very difficult.
And to relearn it. But so that's why you need to have that awakening moment. Whatever it is, there is no like rule book. It's all on you and what you're willing to experience and not. So my point is that through that reality that we manifest through our own mind, we also create a reality of whether we are a higher vibrational human being or we are just a low, miserable, angry. The more upset you are, the more sick you are, the more miserable you are, scientifically, the lower your human vibration. The more motivated you are, the more empowered you are, the more positive thinking you are, the more higher your state of vibration. The average human has 80,000 thoughts a day, and 80% of those thoughts are freaking negative.
Really? Negative thoughts?
Negative thoughts. Out of 80,000 thoughts a day, 80% of those thoughts are negative. So they create
and it's very difficult
reality.
to look at someone like a Jeff Bezos or a Elon Musk or any of these billionaires and think that they're having bad thoughts every day. But they do. I mean, they're human beings, so it's it's something that just occurs.
But you can train yourself to react differently. You can't make situations go away, but you can train how you react to each situation differently.
Before we run into the break, let's talk about our sponsor real quick. It's a show sponsor. Guys, this is Romika Designs. They are our show sponsor. We do laser engraving, cutting, custom creations. You can find all of the products that we currently have available right now on our website. That is romikadesigns.com, ROMIKA designs.com. You can find some of the new stuff we've got ready and available out on our Facebook page at Romika Designs. We do have some new TikToks out there. If you haven't seen those, go out there and check out our TikToks. But so we just recently put out a booster, which is a pint beer pint glass to go along with the COVID shot glasses that we have.
So you get a pint glass
and two COVID
shot glasses.
Yeah,
shot
or you can get
two.
them. You can get the shot glasses separate from the pint glass.
Get the set,
but get the set. And if you need some extra pint glasses to go around for all those people who are going to take your COVID shots multiple times, you can get some. You can get an extra pint glass. But those seem like a hot commodity right now. If you don't have yours, get yours today. Get your friends some. Pass them around. That way you don't have to lie about whether you've had your COVID shots.
Bro,
did I hit you in your shot? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's like a magnet. I can stick things to my
Can you
arm.
stick things to
Yeah,
your arm?
I can.
I'll give you something to stick. All right, here we go.
What the hell was that all about? I'm violated.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head out here for a break for a second, and we'll be back here momentarily. And we got our new segment. What the hell is that?
Hakuna Matata.
You're not going to want to miss it. Come back with us. We'll be back in just a second. 2 and 2. No, I can't say that anymore. That's right.
Hakuna Matata. Dude, we're deep. You know I do that on purpose.
Okay, we're clear. Yeah, I kind of figured.
Get in trouble. We're deep, bro.
He's like talking. I'm like,
yeah. No, he yelled at me. I'm like, dude, I did that on purpose. Dude, I did that on purpose. This is a little.
Linda says, I'm hooked on Romika. LOL.
Romika is the bomb.
Let me just love that right quick. Love. There we go.
Oh, love that right quick.
Thomas Becker, others are trapped, reaching out only to plead for help.
That is a fact. 100%. 100% fact.
I think it has to do with the deceased spiritual state. Some go right over and may only return through feelings, sense, etc.
Dude, I'm telling you, and this is where I've gone super deep into my own thought process.
Yeah.
When you talk about the crossing over thing, dude, I feel so weird just even talking about that, right?
Save it for the show.
And I shouldn't feel weird about it. But, you think about it, though. what powers do we truly possess that we even have no idea? If we truly have the ability.
I think my personal opinion is that the mind is much stronger and can do more things than we even remotely know.
Amen, dude. I can bend a spoon.
My daughter can push a crystal off her hand. I watched her do it yesterday.
Who? Shut your face. Go get the crystal right now. Go get it.
30 seconds.
Please.
No,
Please.
she'll do it for you after we're done.
Dude, this is a big deal.
She did. She did it. It was.
Was there trickery in that?
She.
So
You know
you
how
used,
she.
like, your
You know how she.
energy.
You know how she figured out how to do it. Saw it on a TikTok. Yes, she did.
It can be done, though.
All right, 10 seconds. Here we go.
I can see you doing it. You're going,
Mojo50.com. Obviously, a few more bugs to fix, but we'll get them fixed up, and it'll be raring to go Monday through Friday.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Abnormal Realities. My name is Ron Phillips, and this guy right here trying to move this mouse with his mind is Rocky Stucci.
how you doing?
Did it work?
No, but, obviously it does work in this house.
Yeah, I was telling him at the break, for those listening on the radio, I was telling him at the break that my daughter moved a crystal. She had a crystal on the end of her hand right here, and she just kept doing this, and that crystal went bloop, rolled off in the floor.
Dude, I could do it. I could do it. Have you ever...
With your mind. She had to warm up her hands.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, you're
Yeah.
not warming them up. You're creating energy, dude. You're creating energy, what you're doing with it.
Yep.
Oh, nothing yet. Have you ever looked at a spoon and seriously tried to bend it with your mind?
I can't say that I have. Have you?
Yes, I have. I've actually done it more than once because I'm not a quitter.
Did the spoon bend?
No, but sometimes my hallucinations, it actually looked like I was like getting movement, but there's a trick to where, you squeeze it and you rub it and you create that static friction and warm it up and you can kind of bend it a little bit to kind of fool people. There's a trick to it. But I have no progress as of yet. I think I did it 3-4 times.
You tried it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, one time I looked at it for 45 minutes.
And it didn't do anything.
I was seriously trying to bend it. I'm not even playing. I watched a YouTube video and it worked. So I tried it.
Let me know if this mouse moves without you
I'm
touching
going to do it. I'm
it.
going to keep pushing it with my thoughts.
Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for that segment, that new one of ours. It's called What the Hell Is That?
What?
This one is going to be fantastic because Rocky doesn't know what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to show you tonight, and it's not really what the hell is that.
Yeah. Oh,
it is.
what?
It's going to be.
Why are you saying it like that?
The question is going to be,
Yeah.
what the hell was that?
What?
I'll explain it when we're done.
Past tense.
Ladies and gentlemen, Micro Rocci.
Hell no! I'm kind of turned on.
Look at him.
Oh, I got goosebumps. Oh. Oh.
Sing it. Oh. Get it.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, he is.
I'm kind of tripped out.
Oh, here it comes.
Here, what comes?
Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, look at the hips. Look at the hips.
Here it comes.
Dude, I do that.
Break it down, Micro
Yes.
Rocci.
Long arms.
Get it, boy.
Oh, the kick. Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, Micro Rocci. What the hell was that?
What the hell was that? I'm gonna tell you something. If I was like on some ayahuasca right now and I saw that, I would be tripping.
Oh, yes, that is Ivar the Micro. He is a micro wrestler, ladies and gentlemen. I found it funny and humorous because, quite honestly, he looks just like Rocky.
No, it don't, because he's kind of ugly. Oh, he's hot.
If
dude is
you
hot.
haven't seen Micro Wrestling, you got to go out and watch it.
Oh, they just saw it.
Oh, no.
Oh, you mean Micro Wrestling?
Wrestling. Yeah, he was warming up. That's all he was doing.
Dude was warming up. Dude,
He
that
wa-
thing he did with his arms were like 8 feet long.
It
dude.
was amazing. He
What?
looked just like you,
No,
dude.
he kind of did.
No, he kind of did.
Okay? Did he? This is
Oh.
wrong. This is not what I wanted to what?
Yeah,
Honey,
that
I
was
Shrunk the Kids.
He was like Micro Rocci. Yes.
That was a trip.
Oh, man, that's fantastic.
You're
All
evil,
right.
bro. Dude, why were his arms so long, though?
Come on, dude. I don't know how to answer that question.
They were down to his knees.
Oh, God bless him.
He had little stubs.
There's a whole wrestling federation out there called Micro Wrestling.
Dude, I want to wrestle a midget. I mean, a little person. A little person. I fixed that. I corrected myself.
Oh, man, I might have to mute it out after.
No,
the
you ain't, dude,
post-production.
because that's what we called it for years. So I'm going through the transition. I had to unindoctrinate myself from that word and
I got you.
Actually, I got a lot of little friends.
Do you?
Yeah. Dan Manson, very good friend of mine. He started the Star Trek and Star Wars magazine.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
Actually,
you gotta get him on the show.
he's coming on the damn show. I'm
There
going
you
to call him. Yeah. Then what? Then what?
Then what?
See,
Yeah.
I'm not judging.
All right. Let's go back to this stuff we went to after right before the break. So, finish your conversation about clearing.
What a mood. Like a
mood killer.
hard transition.
No, come on,
right?
dude. That's what we do.
All right, so it's super important because this is relevant in real life, in spiritual work, ghost work, every single day of our life is how our thoughts impact our atmosphere. Okay?
Yeah.
I said that our thoughts have a vibration, a frequency. And that frequency impacts your atmosphere. And I know where I'm going on this question about clearing.
Okay.
So depending on your mood, is dependent on, what your frequency becomes, right? If you're super kind of an asshole, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You are negatively impacting the atmosphere. That is scientifically proven. That's real science.
Okay.
Okay. The human being is a frequency. So you also impact the people in your environment from your frequency. So you ever notice like when Misty came up, she like wants to go slap some shit in the face right now.
She does. She's
You know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
upset
In
right
a very
now.
peaceful way,
Not
of course.
at me. Not at me.
I was kind of hoping that was the case
Nope.
because I would have videotaped it and live streamed it for everyone's beautiful entertainment. That would have been awesome. I love watching Ron get yelled at. I really do.
It doesn't happen often,
But it does.
but it does happen.
Sure does. I saw something brewing in the garage earlier.
No, you didn't.
I was just kidding. It felt good though.
All right. So yeah. So she was upset, but
So
her being in your presence,
when she came in, we automatically knew by just looking at her.
she hadn't even said anything.
That's
You're
right.
correct.
And we're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, what's up, girl? Yeah, anything you need, But so that's my point though, is that energy is we acknowledge it most of the time, but we don't consciously acknowledge that we understand that.
Right.
Okay. And that has been proven through the rice experiment, where you have the rice and you put it in a room and you speak positive to that rice, and then you have rice in another room that you speak negative to, because rice is like the human body, 70% water. This was a real experiment. You can YouTube it.
Didn't the rice turn black?
When the rice that people talk negatively to turned into black mold, and then the rice where people talk positive affirmations to, it started to ferment. And that is how your mind, your thoughts, and your frequency impacts the atmosphere.
Same thing with talking to plants. I've known people.
It's a real thing.
My stepmother talked to the plants, and they thrived. They absolutely thrived.
They absorb the energy.
Yeah.
Plants have intelligence.
So
YouTube that. It's fascinating, the stuff that they do with plants. The cabbage experiment, look that up. It's
the
really
cabbage
cool.
experiment.
The cabbage
Okay.
experiment. I'll tell you about that after the show. So when you're in a situation, you go to a location, the Hill House or wherever it is, you have to, one, before you go, prepare your mind, high frequency. That fear, that drops you, right? So now
Yeah,
you
but
are.
what if you can't help that?
You can help that. You create the reality that you can't help that, but you can. You got to trust a brother, dude. I will hold your hand.
Okay. All right.
And then you have to at least make the attempt, brother.
Yeah.
Right? I'm
Yeah.
not saying you just do it
Yeah. Yeah.
while you're at location, but now when you're finished at a location or anywhere where you're just like, well, that sucked. You have to just close your eyes, and you just create this thing. Whatever makes you confident, thrive, justification of bad behavior. However you need to, even in ways, be passive about, like, you know what I do for a living?
Yeah.
You know, I have a whole bunch of employees.
Yeah.
I have to change the way I react to things to keep control of my frequency and my energy. And that is an everyday, every second process. And so it's no different than when you're coming home from location, you're creating that energy, you're creating that bubble, you're creating that frequency. You own it, you got it 100%. Nothing of a lower vibrational state can even penetrate you at all.
Okay.
And that's how you manifest that. And that manifestation
So
becomes
is it
real.
safe to say you didn't do that
Sometimes I don't.
the night?
I'm just saying, sometimes I don't, and I get yelled at. And I did not do that night because of the fact is I did not feel anything threatening.
Really?
You know, we were getting EVPs.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was not feeling anything atmospherically, right? So I didn't prepare myself for that. We get home, we start watching TV or whatever it was. Lisa comes up to me and she said she thought she was breaking out with the damn rash. And so I look at it, it was a little red spot. 5 minutes later, I watched her entire back grow full of scratches, straight down her spine, straight across the middle of her back, and then her right shoulder, the bottom of the left, just ripped apart. I watched these scratches come out of nowhere, and I watched some of them start to bead with blood.
Wow.
And I was pissed because, for one, it happened to her.
Yeah.
I'm pissed for two because
She wasn't with you on the investigation.
she was.
Oh, she was with you. Okay.
We later got an EVP at the investigation. This is why you listen back to the stuff that you get, because the EVP said, Lisa, we want her. Clear as day, no questioning what it said. And it was a super creepy voice. So something there was attracted and attached to Lisa. My fault.
Interesting.
So
So what does it mean to clear, Rocky? Is that what you're saying where you have to,
you don't just clear after a paranormal
because I heard the word, was it theta?
theta.
That's a state of mind, correct?
It's actually when you sleep.
It's between sleep and awake.
No, that's
Oh.
your dream state. The theta realm. It's one of your stages of sleep, one of your deepest stages of sleep. But you actually get into that meditative state while you're still awake.
Okay.
And you know, there's a process in your mind that you go through to get to that. You get in a meditative state, and that is where you start we call it manifesting. Whatever you want to be real, you have to think about it, and you have to see it in your mind as real. And you have to do that every single day. You have to protect yourself every single day from anything. I'm not saying people are lesser, but there's vibrations out there that are way low, and we ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah.
You see what I do, brother.
Yeah.
You see how I
Yeah.
protect my life, man.
Yeah,
I got
I
a
do.
stone wall around me, and that is just to protect me, to make me good for my job, my family, and this show.
Yeah.
You know? So it's not just a paranormal thing. Your thought and the way you think is the most important way of life. That is the defining moment, whether you're going to die happy and successful and not a victim of anything, or it's going to make you die a miserable death because you chose to allow your thoughts to imprison you and make you a victim of some of the circumstances you had in your
Well,
life.
and everybody has heard this before, the power of positive thinking.
It's a real thing.
It is a real thing. I believe that. I've been in many situations before where I've had to bring myself out of a funk, and people with depression struggle with this in learning how to do it and bring themselves out of this, and they can feel themselves going into it. And so you've just got to start working on it. And some people need medication to help them with it.
People come up to me and they'll, without them knowing me, they'll say, "You don't understand. You don't know." The hell I don't.
Yeah.
You know, you don't understand. You just made the
You have no
perception.
idea where I've been or
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I do understand. I've battled with depression. I battled with suicide. I battled with huge anxiety issues.
Yeah.
I would get anxiety so bad I would puke. No, and you know, it wasn't a medication that helped me. It was getting off the medications that helped me actually clear-minded, psychologically figure out my shit.
Yeah.
And realizing that most of what I blamed the world was for my problems was all my shit. Everything that I've been through was decisions I made, and then I held myself victim to the decisions I made. So it's one of those things where you create the storm and then cry when it rains.
So is it safe to say that you don't want to go on an investigation, ghost hunting or whatever the case may be, if you're in a state of a frame of mind like that?
It's not healthy.
Because that could turn that whole investigation into something completely different, right?
Dude, we start talking about Reiki healing. Reiki healing, or energy healing,
Okay.
right? Where people are like using energies. They won't even touch you. They won't physically touch you. They are using energies to help heal your ailments of your body and even your mind. Now, I don't know a lot about Reiki because I don't touch it. I don't touch the fact because you don't know what kind of karma that person possesses.
Right.
Right. And so when you talk about energies, and if there is a possibility that you could transform energy to another person strictly through some kind of a healing process, I'm not taking their shit. I'm not going to absorb that energy into my body. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, I'm very protective. And you know damn well, sometimes you guys feel, you just don't feel right. And you had plans and you're like, probably not best that we go.
Yeah.
Or probably not best that I go. You are consciously identifying your vibrational levels, and you just know that it just won't be healthy because bad shit's probably going to happen. You know what I mean? So you don't do it.
So Rocky, tie this into any investigation you've done in the past, like the Faribault, or what was the Villisca Axe murder house? Did you have to prep for that, or were you guys the correct frame of mind that you needed to be to do this?
You know, depending on like the Villisca house. It's weird because
define that, or tell us what
the
that is.
Villisca Axe murder house is a house where 6 children were killed with an axe and parents. So it was 4 kids and then their parents and then 2 neighbor kids that were sleeping over. They all got killed in one night. So
by who?
By nobody knows.
Oh, nobody knows still.
No, there were stipulations, there was interrogations, but nobody ever was charged for the crime. There was a guy he hid in the freaking attic on a Sunday afternoon while the family went to church. That came home from church. He stayed in the attic till everybody went to bed, and then he just went and killed them. That's the world we live in, right? Yeah. So now, you know, you watch all these videos and you see on all these videos, all the, you know, these EVPs of these little kids and crying for mommy. And I don't find that effing entertaining at all. I don't, it's actually, people shouldn't even post that kind of stuff because we're talking about freaking children, right? It bothers me when I see certain people because they want to get off and have a paranormal experience. They're not taking that work serious. And that's usually when bad shit happens anyways. But going to graveyards, I don't like going to graveyards. I feel like I'm disrespecting the living because I'm walking over their deceased family member's burial site and trying to get an effing EVP for my entertainment so I can post it on social media. You know, that just don't seem logically appropriate to me, right? So going to the Villisca house, that was a whole different mental conditioning because I also believe that it's really not those children.
Yeah.
That's just my belief. I believe that it's something sinister that creates the perception of children. So people show up there not preparing themselves psychologically
for what they're going to receive.
Not preparing their space.
Interesting.
They're showing up with toys. They're showing up with candy, and they're trying to play with these little kids, and they mean well by it, right? They mean well by it.
You're talking about people investigating, show up with candy. And
yes,
all
they bring a ball, and the ball will roll back to them. You know, the ball gets pushed. They'll go, the closet door will open and close almost on command. It's almost like a sinister way of fishing. So keep creating the perception because, dude, all the different type of witchcraft and type of things that have been practiced in this home during investigations, it's saturated full of what people brought in, right? The darkness. And you feel it when you walk in this house. So you prepare yourself there. Okay, it could be children, right? But it could be something else. Oh, where was I?
How do you tell the difference, though?
You can feel the difference.
Okay, so it feels sinister.
Dude, I told you I wouldn't even go in that attic.
Yeah.
I got to that attic door and I was just like, nope. And I had no problem saying, Rocky here on the radio, that whole attic thing ain't happening. My shit is not going in that attic.
That whole attic thing, I'm not
over
doing
and
that.
out, over and out. Thank you.
Did anybody go in the attic?
Yeah, some girl. She
went in there to set up a camera,
She
didn't
didn't even
she?
give a shit. She just walked right in there like a warrior.
hell.
And I was like, you crazy. He didn't like me, so that's what I thought. I like whatever's in there is not intimidated by women. It didn't like me at all. But now, how do you know? Okay, so people come in there and...
Yeah, but what made you think it didn't like you?
Dude,
The feeling you were getting?
I get feelings. Even when I hear sneezes, I get feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Feelings.
In his earphones. He gets feelings in his headphones.
I guess depending on how much you've investigated and the type of locations you've been at, you learn to absorb and feel as like maybe an empath of an understanding what you're really going into.
Yeah.
And there's times where I'll pull up to a location, I'll be like, oh shit, it's game on.
Really?
I know instantly.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something. We were in Georgia probably a year and a half ago, and we pulled up to this place that's supposedly a haunted mansion. It's kind of in the middle of town, but it's been there for years, and people say it's haunted. We couldn't get into it this last time we were there, but the very first time we pulled up, Rocky said, when we pulled up, he said, I just saw a woman in that top window.
Oh, that's right, dude.
I just saw a woman in that top window, not even knowing the story about this house.
I saw her. I literally saw her. I mean, I was just like, she's right. She's right. I felt her looking at my face. I did. And
But the story is that I think she passed away in that house, or I don't remember if she passed away or if she was killed in that house or whatever. But she would always go up into this watchtower area of the house and look out the window.
Yep.
And when he said that, it sent chills up the spines of our friends who knew the story. Me and Rocky and I think one of our other friends were there with us, didn't know it. But when he said that, they were like, what did you just say? And then this last time we were in Georgia, what was it, a couple of months ago, we went back to that house to do some EVP and investigations. Didn't get anything.
You were standing outside during the day, by the front door. Yeah, if you're in there and you can hear me talking through the front door, please tell me your name. Ron.
No, it never said anything, actually.
And dude, Don was busting his ass trying to get us in there.
Don Newen. Thank you, Don Newen.
Dude, he was calling people in like Alaska because they may know somebody who has a key
to get into this place. A realtor key to get
into.
And
I didn't want to stand outside. I didn't want to stand on the front porch. I wanted to go specifically upstairs to a certain room, and that's where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
That's just what you do.
Wow. It's interesting stuff, folks. I mean, Rocky's done a lot of stuff, and we'll talk more about it as we progress in the show. And maybe one of these days we'll get out and be able to record some stuff about us doing some things out in the field. Rocky and I are talking about some new equipment. And
dude, we should just take a drive on Sunday and just drive to Mineral Wells and just drive by it and tell me the house, because it's packed away. So you can drive, you can pull over right there.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just see, because we've talked about it so much, we've created a reality now.
Yeah.
That this is the sinister location. So the second we both lay eyes on it, we're going to be like, oh, damn. Ooh, I got chills, bro.
I already have chills, and I haven't even looked at it yet.
Yeah.
Just listening to you talk. You have the experience with it. I don't.
Dude, I won't.
That's the fun. That's going to be the fun part about this show, folks, is I'm the wuss.
Yep.
He's the experienced
No,
one.
dude,
I
I'm a wuss.
I haven't done this before.
I have
so I'm like
experience.
90% of the people who are watching it.
But I am a wuss. Trust me. I was humbled in this field.
Really?
I was just like everybody else when they first started, want to be all Zach Baggins and trying to talk smack and shit. And,
Zach Baggins got his ass handed to him for talking
ass
smack.
handed to him. He went through a major transformation.
God, dog, dude.
You learn the hard way, and it's one of those things. Be careful what you freaking wish for.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. We only got about 7 minutes. Let's stop, dude.
Do it. Come on.
I'm going to Rocky's sitting up. He's like, I got to make sure I'm right in the right spot. Line yourself up on your
I'm
mark
lined
there.
up. No, I can't.
All right. So we wanted to show you something that we may or may not. What is that?
It's the drum roll.
Oh, okay. Something that we go ahead. Something that we may or may not use. I don't know if we're going to do this or not, but we have a little bit of a new studio look. So let me give you a few examples of what the new studio looks like. So you guys tell us what you think here. Ta-da! Look at that. That's what happens when you get a little green screen going on, because, we can, let's see, what can we do? We can do this.
Whoa.
Look at that. Hell, we can even do this.
Oh.
Boom.
Oh.
What's that looking like right there?
What?
Stop, dude.
Damn it.
We can do this.
Oh, wait. Whoa, I got nauseous.
Yeah, we can do this. Look over there at that monitor. Yeah. So, so it's something that we may or may not decide to use, but I just wanted to get your feedback on it.
Dude.
Plus, I needed content for tonight's Freaky Friday show.
No.
So there
dude,
you go.
That is, what?
Isn't that cool? All right, look. Boom.
Whoa.
See how quick that
I'm
was?
going to go back to my ex. Ron has a mark right here on the tail. I got navel. I got
That's
navel.
right. Line up right there.
Yeah, so it's pretty wild, brother. It's pretty wild. And that is, if anybody ever takes anything from me in life, period, understand the importance of this right here. Because the more you understand this, dude, you can go into anything, any conversation, anywhere, and be logical about it, no matter what. You get to a point to where your way isn't the only way, and it's a transformation thing, and you want to explore. Why do you believe that? What have you gone through in your life for you to have the belief system? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to lack of a better words or set of words here, be strong and portray things the best way I can. But at the same time, I want you guys to understand that I'm like 90% of you guys out there who have never done this kind of work before. I'm learning as well. So you're going to experience it from my point of view also, which could very well be where it depends when you walk into a house.
Dude, I got to tell you, humbly, I tell you this. My body is, and this is a good thing, my body feels the fear. And
see, that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to feel the fear, but control it.
And you get super proud of yourself. Like when I joked with you, and I'm really not joking, but when I said it in a joking way to where we're going to send Ron in there up to the attic all by
We're
himself.
not sending
No,
Ron
no, we kind of are.
No, we're not going to.
We really kind of are.
Look, we're not going to.
We are going
no,
to.
No, we're not. I'm telling you right
gotta
now, we're not.
Understand. Yeah, you are, bro.
No, I'm not.
Misty?
No, I'm not.
Misty,
Don't call
she
Misty.
Said yes.
Misty's
she said
not Misty.
She is the boss, dude. Don't
I
even play
give
games.
a damn what Misty says. Misty's not following me in that room.
She's the boss, though. If
I'll
she
send
says
her in there by herself.
She will go.
See? Look at that. No, we're not doing it.
She's joking right now. She told me. She sent me a text last night. She goes, dude, I know I say it in front
I
of
do
Ron,
not
but she
know
goes, I really would
how
go.
much clearer I can be.
Yeah.
Hell no. I'm not going in that room. I'm not going anywhere by myself. You just told me you were going to hold my hand, dude. I'm not doing it.
No. You got to do it. Holding your hand is elevating you to a spiritual warrior. And dude, this is like graduation shit right here.
You will be lucky if you get me in that house at all.
Do you realize how hard it would be for me to go in by myself?
Have you, what?
Do you realize how hard it would be for me to go do that by myself?
Would you do it though?
Yes, I would.
Dude, I've been watching Destination Fear, watching these guys do this stuff, and they all split up and go in their own separate areas.
That's dumb.
What you don't realize sometimes as a viewer of that show is that when you're watching these guys in the night vision do their thing, it is black. They can't see nothing.
But you know what?
You can see because it's night vision, and they'll flip their flashlight on so they can see stuff, or they'll use their phone or whatever.
No.
Then they'll turn it off.
Here's the trick.
That is some crazy crap.
Yeah, here's the trick. I got a really bright flashlight, and it never shuts off. I will not go totally dark. Are you kidding me?
You won't go totally dark.
No, I used to.
Dude.
Look. What if you got to run?
Let me tell you how much of a puss I am.
Come on.
Here's the story.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to, let's say Disney, just for lack of a better place?
No.
And you go into these indoor, the rides that go indoor, where you have to kind of, let's say you're in a riverboat, and you kind of have to go through a little dark area before you get in there.
It takes
I
a breath.
will close my eyes. I will close my eyes until I know that I'm inside the room with the lights and the little people. I'm a puss.
But when you do it, and after you get done doing it,
I feel proud?
You change.
No.
You're like, I did it. Rock.
I have to close my eyes when so I've got to be able to conquer this fear, or at least manage it.
Dude,
right? Okay.
I will go with you. We will do it as a team, and we'll both be equally afraid.
You're not sending me in a room by myself.
I will go with you. Everywhere we go that night, we will be together as a team.
Okay. All right.
But sooner or later.
You all heard it here. Don't say sooner or later. There is no sooner or later. No, there's not.
Sooner or later, you got to do something. Dude, how are you going to go pee? What if you have to go pee, and I'm not going in the bathroom with you?
Oh, I'm going outside and leaking behind a bush.
Yeah, you are, dude. I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same shit. I'm not, dude. I was at a haunted theater one time, and I was peeing in the bathroom, and I got chills, and I thought something was going to just to be like. Well, I was peeing. I was like, that ain't happening, man. I'm going down the street to the Chinese restaurant. And that's what I did. I went to the Chinese restaurant and peed.
Oh man,
yes, I did. Yeah.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. It is Friday. We have a great guest coming up on Monday, Jeff Crypto Hulk Stewart. He's been in the chat room tonight, going back and forth with everybody. Get to know him. He is a good person, and he's got a lot of experience. So join us on Monday night. Take us out.
Spreaker. Make sure you get on over there, subscribe, download the podcast, listen to it. You can find it on iHeart and all the major networks. So we have Jeff on Monday, and we have Jeff Harmon on Tuesday, and then we have Chris George on Wednesday, and we're going to be talking exorcisms and more psychic work. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the website is being worked on this weekend, I promise. Get on over to our Spreaker page and all of our social media. We love the hell out of you guys. We wish you and bid you a fantastic weekend. Until Monday night, ladies and gentlemen, Rob Phillips, take us out.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. RomikaDesigns.com. Please support the show sponsor. That supports us. We appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good night.
This is the.
All right, we're clear. Boom.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging with us tonight, guys. We appreciate it. And
Deep, man.
that was deep. That was a deep conversation, and but you did really well.
Did I?
Yeah, you did really well. You explained it well. I got the information I needed. I don't know if they got the information they needed, but I got the information. I
Hey,
needed.
Siri,
Don't that.
is Ron Phillips sexy?
She ain't answering us right now. She would probably respond with, "I barely even know you."
She's like, I don't even know you, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know you. All right, guys, y'all
Love
have
you.
a great weekend.
Yep.
And what was I going to say?
You got to give the thumbs up, and I got to do the fist.
All right, here we go.
Ready?
Ready? See ya.